So this is the throat chakra. Blue. I randomly had this on. I didn't actually, remember until later when I was thinking, oh, I need something blue. And then I was like, oh, I've got it on. So that's good. Well done. By not, I don't know. Life helps sometimes, doesn't it? The sound is ham. Ham. Ham sandwiches. 16 lotus petals. My truth. The affirmation. So you could use that one instead of doing a Sanskrit one if you don't want to do a Sanskrit one. The element is ether. So what is in the ether? What is in the aroundness of us? The kosha is Vijnamaya kosha. So it's the ether kosha. Traditional postures are shoulder stand and plow. Why do you think that is? And we're just pointing because yes, because it's getting our Jalandhara lock going and it's getting everything going there. Hurts and it's G and it's the sense of hearing as well because that's all connected to the throat and nose. Oils are lavender, patchouli. Crystals are blue, topaz, lapis lazuli, sapphire, aquamarine, blue lace, agate, blue tourmaline, blue quartz, anything blue, anything blue. Rules around the throat, the neck, teeth, ears, mouth, jaw, shoulders. So it's actually probably quite a good time to do this because if you're getting a bit of a cold or feeling a bit under the weather, it's a good one to do. And it's for thyroid problems, skin irritations, because the thyroid's just, I don't exactly know, but it's just around here, just below the clavicles. And anything to do with sore throats or laryngitis. Teeth grinding. You grind your teeth? You grind your teeth? No. Okay, so we'll start with the neck. On your heels, with one hand, I'm going to take my rings off because it's quite a lot of handwork. And I do think that rings off, maybe even wear watches, good idea. So with one hand, gently massage the muscles on each side of the throat and neck. So you're just doing this with one hand. Just allowing all the lymph to move down, away from the chin, down towards the clavicles. Now let's use both hands now. And we'll just do this for 2 minutes. Put my timer on. I've gone old school back to my phone. I can't actually find my timer, Claire. I don't know where it's gone. I might have to come and get another one. ProCook. This is sponsored by ProCook and their timers. So just find areas in the neck. So this is wonderful. So you can extend this as well. So you're moving the lymph and the toxins out the body, down the neck, and you can move along the clavicles as well, from the collarbone to the jaw. Yeah, I don't think.
So that's the other way, collarbones down, up.
Yeah, no. And I had how old were my kids then? 4? Yes, that Sophie wasn't quite right, was she? I don't think. This Sophie knows what she's doing. What? And then out there, to the shoulders, to the armpits. Oh, 2 minutes, 20 more seconds. Oh, God, that's good, isn't it? Not like that. 5 more seconds. Okay, staying in this massage zone, we're going to the ear massage straight away. Bring the heel of the hands to the ears, keeping the fingers together and pointing slightly behind you. Now, I'm just going to make an amendment to the manual right now. Vicky, actually, this is going to be the amended manual. Right, so we're going to bring the heels of the hands. Right. heels of the hands to the ears, keeping the fingers pointing and pointing slightly behind you, a bit nanu the ear with the fingers, creating a slight angle at the wrists so the fingers point away from the skull, massaging the ears and the earlobes with the palms. Now start moving up the ears with the hands up. And you can go between circling round, up and down, but you're using, I'll take my glasses off, using the back of the hands to do this massage. So we'll do this for about 2 minutes as well. We can do it for longer if we want. Inhaling, exhaling as we go. Just allowing the body to open up. Oh. So, as we've done before with the ear massage, I think we did it in Svadhisthana, we're massaging the whole of the body with the ears. See how the body and ears react to this lovely massage. Now let's just stay a little bit longer on some points. So just maybe massaging for like 10, 20 seconds. Working on that. 30 more seconds. Just circling round. Okay, and then we're just going to grab the earlobes and pull and hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull the earlobes away from the body. And one more time. Pull it away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And rest. Bring the palms up onto the knees. Breathe in and out the nose. Just to let your body settle. Close the eyes and turn the eyeballs in and up to the space between the eyebrows. Just letting those ears balance out. Enjoy your breath. So next one, this one's to guard against your health and to keep your immune system nice and solid. So you're going to place the thumbs on the mound beneath the little fingers. And then you're going to bend the elbows and hold the hands near to the shoulders, palms towards you. Pull in neck lock. Chin and chest out throughout the exercise. And then you're going to begin raising arms. 1 and 2. One hand goes up, the other goes down. And we're just going to add the breath of fire. You can speed up the breath of fire if you want. Off we go. Let's add the breath of fire. So you're stimulating all the lymph nodes underneath the armpits, opening up the chest nodes, opening up the body, slightly raising the heart level by bringing those hands high up. At the same time, you're creating a circuit with the hands because you're bringing the thumb to the bottom mound just below the little finger. That's it. And then we're staying in that Vishnamaya kosha, in that element, within the ether element around our body. We're almost clearing our ether. We're clearing the area around the body as well at the same time. That's it. Add breath of fire. We're going to do this for around 2 minutes. Focus on the space between the eyebrows with your eyes. Turn the eyeballs in and up to the space between the eyebrows. Maybe close your eyes. Go within. Thirty more seconds. Ten more seconds. And rest. Well done. Squeeze. Again, squeeze. One more squeeze. And let go. Whew. Deepen the breath. The body open up. Okay. Breath lift. Sit in easy pose. Let's change the pose of the legs. Okay, keep the legs and circulation moving. And we're going to bring the hands, the palms out, the hands on the knees, palms facing up. And then we're going to bring the hands up and lift the arms high up and way back over as if doing something very powerful. Like that. Like a lion's breath. And exhale coming down. So up we go. Watching the breath going up and down. So if we imagine that a chakra is an actual real thing, and we just imagine for a second that even though we can't see it, there is a chakra there. So what we're doing is we're walloping it, aren't we? We're giving it a good wallop. And then we're sort of like pouring it over our head and down the back of our neck. Add the breath. Make it loud. So I don't know what I've been doing this week. I've been watching a lot of programs about aliens again. And because I did have an alien experience. Have I told you that one? I haven't told you that one. So when about 20 years ago, me and my brother were driving to Scotland, you know, like on the moors bit between, on the way to Dundee, because my sister lived in Dundee, and two bouncy balls bounced onto the car, and they weren't bouncy balls, they were like balls of light, you know, like those globes that people sort of like, the lunatics say that they've seen. That was me, seen one. So I saw two, and they bounced on the car bonnet like that, and they were like really weird movements as well. Sorry, there were really weird movements. Keep the breath going. Up, and my brother went, step on it. You know what they do to you. So we went we went as fast as we could. We got out of there, but there were two, and it wasn't. No, I was completely not drunk. And then I was watching the Alien program last night, and there was a man saying he'd seen the exact globes that I'd seen bouncing off my car. I did bring the local paper, and they of course put the phone down on me. Like, all right. Nobody wants to know. So, if there are aliens, maybe there are chakras. That is my point of that one. Maybe there actually are chakras. Haven't seen any since. Do let me know if you see one. Keep looking. Just point, I hadn't had any drugs. I wasn't drunk. My brother saw the exact same thing. "15 more seconds." And rest. Squeeze. And let go. Again, squeeze. And let go. Oh, lovely. Just have a little rest. Close your eyes.
Can I just ask, double check what the breath was for that? Was I breathing in through my mouth?
Yes. Breathing in through your mouth, out through your mouth.
Right, okay, that's fine. I was doing that, so that's good.
Very good. Well done. Arms out to the side. So we're going to bring our arms out to the side, fingers around the thumb, make a fist. Lower the arms down, raise up, and down again, and raise up, and down, and up, and down. It's actually this. I don't know whether that explains it anymore. Up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. So you're making like an angel wing. See the angel wing? There's the top of the wing. And there's the bottom. What you're doing is opening up your aura. See? Down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. When it's the middle bit, it's like level with your shoulders, and then it's down. And then you can, yeah, you can expand, Claire. You can make it bigger. There we go. Down, down. No particular breath with this one. This one's in I Am Woman. Drop the shoulders down, down. Breathing in and out of the nose. That's it, well done. We'll do it for another minute because we've done it quite a while already. Try and expand and open the chest a little bit more. Pushing the tailbone down into the floor, opening up in the arms and the heart. Just allow your heart to be open. Never let it become bitter. Always be open. Open to love. Deepen the breath. Follow the flow. Just a normal breath though. You can have a jai if you want, breathing. Okay, rest, squeeze the body, squeeze. Again, squeeze. Squeeze face. And down. One more squeeze. Okay, so this one's not for the claustrophobic. You're going to sit in easy pose again. Bring the hands behind you, clasp them, and then you're going to just turn the chin right and go for breath of fire. Okay? So we'll go for 2 minutes. Off we go, inhale up. Loving the t-shirt, Claire. Aren't they comfy, those t-shirts? I'm going to get some more done. Really comfy. Inhale. Exhale, breath of fire off. Squeeze everything. Squeeze. Keep your eyes closed. And just start to turn the head very, very slowly. So turning the head from right to left. So turning right. Trying to keep the shoulders as level as possible. Keeping the eyes closed. Just watching the breath go in and out of the nose as we turn gently from side to side. The breath. Trying not to listen to your neck cracking too much. And discuss that afterwards. Keep circling 2 more times. One more. And straightening up the head. Now breathe into the center and focus on your third eye, keeping that neck nice and straight and long, shoulders open. We'll just breathe in and out. Keep your eyes closed, half open, half closed. Find Mula Bandha or Jhana Bandha. Lengthen up through the spine. Dry breath. Deepen the breath. Last one. Again, I need to put first finger out. So we're going to sit on our heels, clasp the hands, first finger pointing out. Four, four. Inhale up. Exhale and forward fold. Lean right back as we go up and down. If you feel dizzy at all, if your head starts to come out, if you feel, and if you're one of those people who can't bring your head back, bring your chin in as you move up and down. We can add a breath here as we exhale. Breathe out the mouth. Just leaning back. Just Do the lean when you come back up. 30 more seconds. Okay, rest. Squeeze. Squeeze. One more squeeze. Okay, come back to me for a second. Let's just have a little catch up. We're going to do the 5th chakra meditation. You want to try and choose something quite banging, like something with a big drum beat. Have you got anything? How are you feeling before we start?
That Madonna one's got a right bang bang drum thing to
Is
it.
that on our playlist?
Yeah.
Oh, let me look for it. What was it called?
It was called Shanti Ashtangi.
Oh, well done, Madge. Oh yeah, got it. Okay, should we press it at the same time? It's 4.5 minutes.
Hang on a minute. Wait a minute. So on Sedana's playlist, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoop.
Ready?
Hang on, no, I can't find it. Hang on. Where is it gone? Madonna, where are you?
It's an easy pass.
Oh, there it is.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's press play. 1, 2, 3, press. Oh, nice. Yeah, good choice. Okay, so this is Danama, Breaking Bad Habits, Addictions. Fold the fingers into the pads of the hands and then push the thumbs to the sides of the temple. So the sides of the temple is like on you. You need the muscle where you clench your jaw. That muscle that starts to move. Can you feel a flickering? Yeah, there. And then when you say satanama, so you're going to say sa no ma sa no ma. That's it. Sa no ma sa no ma. And try not to open your mouth at all when you say it. Impossible. So you're just keeping the jaw as still as you can. Sa ma. We can build this up to 31 minutes. We'll probably just do at least to the end of this track and a little bit more. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta. So come on, go on to mute, or you can put me on mute as well. Just put do you want me to put me on mute as well? squeeze. Feeling nice and open. Keep your eyes closed. Let yourself settle. We'll leave this track running. This is a nice one. And we'll turn the lights off and come into light. Whilst you're settling down, I'm just going to read you some of the Upanishads. May the sun be auspicious to us, and may Varuna be auspicious to us. May Aryaman, a form of the sun, be auspicious to us. May Indra and Brahaspati be auspicious to us. May Vishnu of wide strides be auspicious to us. Salutation to Brahman, salutation to Vayu. Thou indeed art the visible Brahman. I shall proclaim thee as the visible Brahman. I shall call thee the real. I shall call thee truth. He may that protect the speaker, may that protect me, may that protect the speaker. Om, peace, peace. Sikshavali. This is one of the bits of the Upanishads, page 125 of my book. Let there be fame for both of us. Let there be the lustre of spiritual knowledge for both of us. Then therefore we propose to explain the mystery of the great Samhita in respect of its 5 supports, in respect of the worlds, in respect of the luminaries, in respect of knowledge, in respect of progeny, and in respect of the self. They are spoken of as the great Samhitas. Now there is the explanation in respect of the worlds. The earth is the forepart, the heaven is the hind part, the interspace is the middle part, the air is the connection. Thus in respect of the world. Now there is the explanation in respect of the luminaries. Fire is the forepart, the sun is the hind part, water is the middle part, the lightning glow is the connection. Thus in respect of the luminaries. Now there is the explanation in respect of knowledge. The teacher is the forepart, the disciple is the hind part, knowledge is the middle part, exposition is the connection, thus in respect of knowledge. Now there is the explanation in respect of progeny. The mother is the forepart, the father is the hind part, progeny is the middle part, procreation is the connection, thus in respect of progeny. And on we go. Just explaining little bits, identifying little pieces of the Veda. Watch the breath go in and out of the nose. Speak the truth. Practice virtue. Do not neglect the Veda that has been studied, having brought to the teacher the wealth that is pleasing to him. Do not cut off the line of progeny. Follow your truth. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Thinking of respecting your truth. Allow the area around the throat to settle, shoulders and the neck to settle, and see a blue light above your head. Allow that blue light to start to flood in through your face, colour of the sky, down the neck and shoulders, into the arms, chest, hips, legs, feet, flooding through your body, going into every single space within your body. Allow this blue healing light to do its work. In the distance you see a man. He's going to come and sit opposite you. He's got a message. Allow him to bring his wise message to you now. You acknowledge your learning and care, and you're good. That's everything you need to. Feel the body swathed in blue light. Repeat.
I get people snoring in class, which is quite funny. Certainly in the sound baths, they really go.
Yeah. Permission to switch off, I suppose.
They really go. So, okay, so let's go in to the portal. We were, oh yeah, now we're just thinking about going into the portal, into story time.
How's your putty cat, Claire? Is that new putty cat?
Yeah, you see it.
Oh, he's so beautiful. Oh, look how cute. He's so snuggly.
Oh, happy cat.
Oh, very gorgeous.
They're the best, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are the best.
Pretty.
Right, so we got quite exciting last week. Do you remember?
Mm. It got very complicated. That's what it got. I just realised.
I was thinking when I was driving around, in my life, driving around everywhere. What does it mean that? What did you sort of surmise from that?
There's a lot going on that we have to think about things before reacting.
Yeah.
The mind is doing a lot.
Well, the mind is doing a lot, and all the possibilities that the mind can fathom out to come as conclusions. So
How do you know which is the right one?
Well, I do surmise it's a bit like choosing carpet. Like people come into the shop and they'll be like really wanting to get a particular type of carpet that they've got in their head, and I would never have dreamt in 1,000 years of that carpet. But they'll have got to that conclusion that they want that particular carpet. And you will never be able to tell that person any other thing.
They're fixed.
Because they've gone through the 27 projections and along the facets, and my carpet, I want, you never be able to tell me I want that. You know, it's like we all have our different things. Should we just go through this? Should we have a little read?
Okay.
Claire?
Where am I starting from?
This bit, let's just go right from the middle bit. Aspects, 3 in each quadrant. Just to surmise.
Aspects, 3 in each quadrant. Each of the 9 aspects has a triple power on it to experience the thought. The 3 minds interact with the 9 aspects to give a total of 27 controlling projections. So you have a total of 27 projections per thought. Your mind churns the thought and turns it many ways. See it on the diagram as I draw the spinning spirals out from the center. 1 thought and 27 spirals outwards.
Shall I share it before?
Yeah.
That was that one
Was that weird chart, wasn't it?
very complicated.
When you master your very basic intelligence, you must know and be sensitive to those 27 projections. The 3 minds together with all the projections give you 81 facets, 81 ways to project into action as a result of how you process each thought. This A, which means action, is on the lower left. Do you know why? Because if you are not flexible and humble in your actions and attitude, it won't matter how wise you are or how great you are. In the end, you will punish and beat yourself. In the realm of action, every cause has an effect. By the time you act, you must have balanced the 3 minds and become neutral. If you are rude, intolerant, pushy, argumentative, or doubting, no one will abide it. These minds are very active, very busy. So normally our problem is that we do not hear clearly. We do not see things as they are. We do not even hear our own thoughts clearly. Each thought comes cloaked in a cloud of projections, reactions, and facets. In order to deal with all these facets, you must be able to speak directly with a neutral mind. You need to state clearly your fact. What do you need to say? Facts. Suppose you say, this tooth is hurting. This is direct and a fact. Then what would not be stating a fact? I have a kind of pain in my mouth in one of the teeth. Why is he speaking roundabout? Which tooth? Many questions come with the second statement. In the mind of the person who hears it, there will be a question. Is he truthful? A person who cannot state a simple fact cannot be trusted. That seems harsh. The person could be in pain and not thinking straight. Experience this for a minute. If you say, I do not want to listen to you, it's factual. If you say, I don't understand what you are saying, I cannot listen so well, this is a lie. You cannot use your mind to make a clear decision and communicate it. You cover this up by saying you do not understand, but we all have the capacity to understand. You are not neutral and will not deliver the clear position. If you say, I do not like to listen to you, then immediately the question comes back to you, why not? A direct dialogue can happen. The mind can deal direct with the fact instead of the projections and twists from it. If you do not deal with the direct reality and instead deal only in the projections and reactions, then you are not dealing with it as a person. Remember this, you are not dealing as a person without any ego, but are protecting some person or professional status.
I find that very difficult.
I'm struggling too. Let's keep going.
Let's experience this dialogue together. If I said, I don't want to listen to you, and you asked, why not? Then tell me the answer. Answer the question. Class, because you are not telling the truth. I'm assuming YB is Yogi Bhajan.
Yep.
No, you may want the truth or a lie, but truth or lie, still no conversation has occurred. Class, I know what you want to say. YB, no, try to respond in your pure, direct human essence. The question is, why not? Right? Give me an answer that hits the heart and sits there as nothing but a pure gospel truth. Class, many answer as he shakes his head, no. YB, repeat after me forcefully. I don't want to hear you. Class, I don't want to hear you. YB, why not? Class, why not? YB, because I will have to carry you. Class, because I will carry you. Feel the difference? With this answer, the dialogue is complete. When you don't want to hear somebody, you also don't want to argue, to discuss logic or reason. You would have to take on the other person as a burden and carry him. If you wanted to listen, you would be eager. What? Then the energy would flow between you. Here is another situation. As I came to teach a class, someone came up to me. The husband and wife were fighting. The husband stammered, eh. I said, what are you trying to say? Come out with it. He said, I'm married. I said, I was there when you got married. What's the problem? After a deep silence, he said, I can't have sex with her. I said, yes, but what is wrong about it? If you can't have sex, don't have it. Is it such a necessity? If you cannot have sex, don't have it. But I am married. I asked, do you want to have sex? He said, yes. I said, do you know you have a sixth sense, a sensitivity? He said, yes. I said, then the first thing to do is to relax, because sex is not in the organ. Sex is in the command center, here at the brow point. Your pituitary commands your sexual function. I told him, you are very tense. When you think of sex, your mind is filled with other projections and fragments. If you're going to have sex, you have to
Relax first.
relax first. Your mind is turbulent, just like the wind. You have to settle it on the reality, the fact of sex. Still, he said, how can I relax? I said, meditate. Meditate in a way to activate the frontal lobe of your brain. Then everything will flow. Take that as a rule of the thumb. Technically, the best approach is to do japa. Repeat the words and mantras we use in Kundalini Yoga and from the Shabd Guru. To some, that looks insane, but we repeat those words for a purpose and a specific effect. When we repeat those sounds, the tongue touches the upper palate's meridian points. This alerts the thalamus and hypothalamus of the brain. We can control the brain's function and level by our use of the Shabd. We can settle the function and frequency of the mental projections. Then you can relax and be factual and be present. To this day, I understand the man and the woman in the story have a good marriage situation.
Okay, so let's forget about the sex bit because I'm on the menopause. But the japa thing. The japa thing is the mantras that we've been talking about, like repeating the mantras, and the tongue hits the roof of the mouth, which hits the meridian points. So repeating these sacred words or mantras, or even using positive words, are going to have an effect on you. Have you felt that yet? Claire, have you felt that with your singing?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think I need to read the English words again to see if it has the effect. There's one line in particular that I do like saying, and that's the one that I know like really, really well. So maybe there's a reason that I know that one really, really well, but I don't know.
Which one?
Oh my God, I can't remember. Nanak, what is it? Nanak Hosi Shakt. I can't remember it now. They say it a couple of times anyway.
Nice.
I like that bit.
Okay, carry on, Vicky.
I can't actually read the letters because they're too small. I've got the wrong glasses on, so I will read them.
I think if you scroll down, it repeats itself. When you scroll down through the pages, it's like it's
you put a bigger page. Oh, there's the bigger page.
Yeah.
Thank you, Claire.
You're welcome.
So,
There we go. Sorry about the nail.
it's a good name.
That's a good one. That's one of the good ones.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. I kind of get the bit about the sex. If you kind of sit down and actually just chill out a bit, you are more likely to kind of want. I don't get the bit before. Just like to say that. I kind of understand the analogy of the sex. It's the one before it. I'm like, ugh, no.
With the class.
Yeah, with a class. You completely lost there.
I think that was a bit of a you had to be there thing, wasn't it?
It did have that feeling.
I just didn't get that.
I mean, they are very what's the word? Cultish. They can be very cultish. That's why I haven't joined the cult. I'm studying outside of the cult, if you see
I'm
what I mean.
glad you've not joined the cult. I'm glad you see it like that, actually, because that's my over impression of the extreme people.
Yeah.
And I think the cult side of it is where problems arise.
It's not healthy.
No.
But there's lots of things that I love about it. So that's why I'm teaching it and sharing it, because we can use it in our day-to-day life. But I would never be dressing in robes and popping whatever.
I feel like in a cult they kind of use it as an excuse to behave however they want.
It's not appropriate, is it?
No, it's too much. Anyway, I'll carry on now. Sorry.
Yeah, let's carry on learning what the cult does, and then we can just have our own lives.
I'm sharing these examples to show you the power and consequences of your words. Your words affect the mind, and your mental facets affect your words. You can control your mind to be clean and clear. Then you can project some other mind and impact it directly. Without this habit of neutral, penetrating language, sorry, the glasses are still the wrong ones. You let a person hear you with no real impact, dialogue, or resolution. Look at the diagram on page 14, which captures the activity of the mind. The thing to remember is that you are not this mind. You are in essence you, and you are neutral. But your mind projection will extend the thought both positively and negatively. See how the thought spirals outwards in 27 ways from the origin, diagonally out into the positive mind. It does the same thing down below in the negative mind. Notice that the two spirals do not connect. They do not meet. Therefore, when you ask the question, am I negative or positive about this? It doesn't really matter. You by nature are neutral and beyond the mind. Your mind will magnify each tendency and project it using many facets. Could you just appear a bit blasé? Sorry, Sobs.
Yeah, like you don't have any real opinions.
Like a bit blasé about stuff. Would you just appear like you're a bit of a knob?
A bit Liberal Democrat.
A
A
bit kind of whatever.
Yeah, like you can't be asked with anybody. You can't be asked with any opinion, or you know what I mean. I'm simplifying it
Because
probably.
obviously not everything is suitable to have a strong opinion about, but like some things you have to have a strong opinion about, positive or negative, I suppose.
I find it very hard to have I think if everybody had a neutral mind and they were walking around in a neutral mind, wouldn't they be like zombies?
It could appear a little bit apathetic, couldn't it? Like you can't be asked. Do you know what I mean?
But you could also like think maybe it's an energetic point of view, because if you're going from your neutral mind, you could be all bubbly. You know, when my mind's neutral, I just do things which, like, I do things which are much more like I put myself up to do a talk the other day, and I did it from a neutral mind. You know,
So
I
what
didn't
did-
think, oh, I'm great or I'm not great. I just did it from a, oh, I can do that. Do you know
I
what
can
I'm
talk,
saying?
yeah, I can talk about that, so I can do that.
Yeah.
Is that not positive though? Is that
I guess it was positive, but I wasn't like either, nor was I thinking, oh, I'm great at it. You know what I'm saying? I was just like,
I can do it.
I'm all right. It's interesting, isn't it, though? Like, you wonder whether you were saying about apathetic and people being like zombies. Well, that's the church, isn't it? Trying to get everybody to conform. And
It must be also if you do achieve this, it must be a very frustrating life as well, because you'd be fully surrounded by people who don't do it.
but then you wouldn't be neutral, would you, if you were frustrated?
No, I suppose not. God, that's really quite deep and hard.
I feel like you'd just be blasé about the world. I feel like you'd just be like, I'm just ahead, I'm above those people, so I'm not involving myself with them. Do you know what I mean?
Like a better than situation.
But then if you thought you were better than, you wouldn't be neutral.
But you would appear that to everybody else, wouldn't you?
But what everyone thinks different things about people, don't they?
But also, we shouldn't care what other people think of us.
Doesn't matter what other people think.
No.
It's
There's
knowing
trolls. There's troll people on the internet all the time.
Yeah, they just need locking up, those people.
They need looking.
Well, if you wouldn't say it to somebody's face, you shouldn't say it online, should you?
Shouldn't.
That's the problem. Maybe these days they would say it to their face, and maybe they shouldn't.
Okay, so I'm going to
Okay.
stop that inquiry for that, because I think what's good about these texts, it makes us think, but also like it goes on for thousands and thousands of pages. So we've only got 10 minutes. So let's just have a little look to the end. Should we just see if we can get to the end?
Where are we?
Just for the sake of tidiness.
Where did I get to? Where did I get to?
Look how your memory works.
There.
Yeah.
Look how your memory works. Suppose you recall a painful or embarrassing incident. The moment the negative mind starts to act on that memory, it magnifies the event and tries to protect you. That's its basic function, to give protection to your life. When the negative mind goes through all the 27 facets, and then, where am I?
Suppose.
Yeah, sorry, it didn't really look like it meant to be there. That sentence didn't quite flow in my head. Where we are. Then 27 facets. Then suppose the positive mind picks up the thought. It will start to supply every historical incident that supports and expands that pain. A stream of thoughts will come. You remember that problem back in 1976 and that unfortunate moment in 1995. And what about that incident you read about in the newspaper? Remember what somebody told you last week.
Now that's interesting, isn't it? Because you pick up one bad thought and then the mind just fills in all the other bad thoughts. If you stay in that negative mind, that's not good, is it?
How is that the positive mind picking up the thought though?
the negative mind goes through all the 27 facets.
It's supporting it in a way, isn't it? It's supporting the negative mind with sort of like.
So when we say positive as in like the opposite of negative, it's not actually, it's something different that I can't explain or put into words.
Sorry. Mind linked inappropriately to the negative mind makes you berserk. When it's linked to the negative mind. Depressed,
Right, okay.
hopeless, and undermines your personality, effectiveness. It steals away your courage and becomes your work. Carry on, Vicky.
It steals away your courage and becomes your worst enemy. Under all these waves and projections of the mind, your job is, if I do not reach the neutral mind where I feel and know I am, I will not react or move. It is in the neutral mind that you can be calm and pure and speak directly in the light of your soul. Then you speak and act from intuition. Otherwise, you fight for territory, defense, and blame. This is right, this is wrong, I am hurt. On and on. You just talk what you want to talk, what your mental reactions make you say, but you do not speak as you. You are not heard. To win the game of life, you must have caliber. To have caliber, you must have an applied mind. An applied mind is a mind that processes everything, positive and negative, and then acts from the neutral mind to express you. The applied mind uses a neutral mind to assess all positive and negative, but does not react on that basis. It acts to cause a cause that leads to the fulfillment of you and your destiny, you and your highest identity. Must have a lot of time on the runs. See in the diagram on page 14 how your projections in the neutral mind always come back to the centre. They do not just spin off without a centre like the negative and positive minds. And look below that in the lower quadrant, this is the action square A. What have I written there? You, me, I, they, but cause only. Action must follow the cause and must satisfy the cause. What is the story of your life in 2 words? Cause and effect. Cause and effect. Each cause must have an effect, and every effect honours its cause. Each word is a cause. Every identity is a cause with its own effects and reality. So a teacher is a teacher, not a human. His effect is teaching, not everything else. To identify your identity and act and speak directly from that with a neutral mind gives you caliber, success, and happiness. It trains your mind to use its power to serve you. You will never be hurt. Happiness is your birthright, not pain. The problem is that the reactions of your mind and its facets do not let you belong to anybody or anything, nor can anybody belong to you. You get caught into commotions and feelings from all the projections of the mind. I want to talk to you. You want to talk to my mind and its feeling and reactions. I do not want to talk to your mind. You meditate to penetrate the facets and talk as you, act as you, be as you. You are given this life as a great gift. It is priceless. Enjoy it. Don't judge it, fight it, try to possess it, or control it. Conquer your own mind and live. Act directly, real and innocent. Create the cause and let the effects serve you in your soul. Your mind can be educated. Take your mind and start it on a thought. Have the thought, do I have reverence or don't I have reverence? Now I'm telling you how the mind can be educated. Ask if you have reverence or you don't. If you have no reverence, don't communicate. Stop right there. If you do have reverence, then you must revere your thought, and that thought must be honoured to prevail and command every aspect of your communication. The creation acts on the cause and effect. It will honour each cause you cause unto infinity, even if your mind does not. So ask your mind if you, not your mind, has reverence. Project a positive reverence, an eternal respect for everything, whether it is negative and unwanted or positive and desired. Show the same reality, compassion and understanding. If you give reverence to all, the universe will revere you. Ultimately, you will revere and trust yourself.
Okay, just hold it a second. I'm just looking at how. Yeah, so it's got 10, it's going into the 10 principles to live by. If you don't want enemies, don't have friends. Love is what does. I'm not sure what that means. Don't be so sweet that people will want to eat you, or so bitter that people want to throw you away. Open the lips, sink the ship. That means don't talk unnecessarily. That's Jim's motto, I think.
My husband's as well.
Excellence, elegance, and grace are the 3 elements of a human being. If somebody challenges any of these 3 in you, avoid that person. Only show your strengths, not your weaknesses. If somebody says, I love you, wait for the next step. People use love as a hook. They say they love you, but often they're only out to get something from you.
Oh, that's negative. I don't like that.
Trust all for nothing. Trust everybody. Expect nothing. Need nothing. Want nothing. Those who trust everybody for nothing Mother Nature and Heavenly Father will come through. It doesn't matter what. Remember your blessings over your weaknesses. Don't utter words in friendship that can be used against you in animosity.
I told my daughter that one.
Relevant, that one.
Yeah.
Very relevant. Oh my goodness sakes. We've got right through here. Hang on. We've got. Do you want to have a read of that to the end for homework?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I
then
won't understand it, but I'll
read
read
it together next week as well. On
it.
maybe
Where
on
are we on?
the 50th reading, we'll understand it.
I think it's just sometimes there's too many words.
Like
Totally. I'd like it to be like bullet points, abridged bullet points. I wonder if it's, do you think it's a translation thing, or I suppose he spoke English, didn't he? So
I think he likes to waffle on.
Sound of his own voice.
I listen to a lot of books. I don't know about you, but they all really try to really spread out, don't they, their information?
Like,
but that's why I ask you. That's why I ask you to summarise, so that you do get a summary.
There's nuggets of information in there, isn't there? You just have to sift through.
You have to sift through and highlight them.
What page have we got to then?
We got to page 21. Let me text you here. Where are we?
Right, putting it down.
Oh, hello, pussycat.
In a way, I feel like a lot of it comes from a negative standpoint.
Do you?
Just feel a bit critical.
It's not, I don't know, it's not leaning into the positive stuff.
It's not allowed.
But I don't think it doesn't feel neutral either to me. I wish he'd asked that man if his wife was okay, and was she wanting to have sex as well? It annoys me that he didn't want to involve the woman in the conversation there. Tut tut.
Maybe that's not how he ran his cult.
That's how men run life, isn't it? In general, we are second in the world, but no longer.
Oh, we completely are. Half of the world is going backwards. Half of the world probably thinks a Yogi Bhajan cult's probably a good idea.
It's interesting though, because this stuff that he was doing, the group that he had, that was in America with American people
who like Trump.
But I don't know, you don't know who it was because it was a long time ago. You don't know what kind of people they were, but it wasn't like it was in the back end of nowhere. It was like in play or something, wasn't it? It was in a progressive, open-minded place.
I just have to say, I mean, that book's really, does come across as quite strong, but it's more the people I've met who do Kundalini or have done Kundalini, and how they've how they've applied it and used it, and I only really follow the women.
Yeah.
And like Patricia and Maya, there's others I can think of, but I can't think of the names right now. I can see them, Gamuk, and like the women I follow, and I probably would never go to a man's Kundalini class.
No, I haven't really seen any men. Like, I mean, actually, when I've been looking through stuff, it is a lot of women that come up nowadays.
But the impact it's had on my mental health is huge. I mean, it really calms my head down.
I just don't get why he was telling everyone to have a neutral mind, but then what he's saying to me doesn't feel neutral. Right? Those words to me didn't feel neutral.
Yeah, I think he's still not there.
Well, no. Is he still alive?
Teach things and not be there. He's not alive. No. You and I do think, but some teachers are there, certainly. And I think, I think it's just, as long as we're alive, we're learning. And it's nice to find stuff out in it. It's nice to find stuff out.
Mm.
You don't just want to do handstands, do you?
No.
You know,
No.
we need to know all the aspects of it, like, how to live better, how to follow our instincts and our gut, and how to make the best of this life.
I completely and utterly agree. But I find that they make it very hard work. And a bit like Claire, I need an abridged version of it. I completely understand where they're coming from. But by the time you've read it and you've tried to understand it, you're like, oh, doing my nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're just following a very, very long and old text, aren't we?
Which is fine, isn't it? Because that's what it's come from.
Yeah.
I just think, and maybe that's why lots of men don't do it, because I think you really have your head switched on to try and fathom out what they're trying to say. Do you know what I mean?
But this is what they do, like in Bible courses, don't they? They get the Bible out and they sit there over one page for hours.
Yeah.
And that's fine, isn't it? It's to sit chatting about it, like, this is great. But when I try and read it on my own, I'm like, that. I said to David last week, I'm going to have to read this out to you because I just.
Well, don't worry about reading it, Vicky.
Story time.
No, it's okay.
We'll try and read it, but you don't. We'll read it. We'll carry on reading it next week.
I know. I want to get my head around it. It's just better to do like this, isn't it? Like,
it's wonderful to do like this.
Like, it's like book club, isn't it?
It's like book club, yeah. It's totally book club.
And it's okay to be like completely like, oh, what the or I really like that bit.
You are still in the middle of it. So I think by the time you get to the end of the chapter, you might get that moment. Like, because when you're in the middle of something, it's always like a bit like, what? But I think when you get to the end of it, it's almost wraps itself up.
Have you read it, Claire? Can you wrap it up?
I have read it and I need to read it again. But I remember getting to like the end of a chapter and being like, okay. I didn't fully understand, but I got to an okay point. I wouldn't be able to tell you about it, but you know what I mean?
Kind of visualize it.
Yeah, like I couldn't have written about it after reading it once.
No.
But by the end of it, you kind of go, right.
Sometimes I read them and I sort of think to myself, oh, if I had a cleverer brain, I might. But I look out for the sentence that makes it really plain. Like,
you have a clever brain.
No, not for understanding things. I have to visualize it.
That was a negative mind, Vicky.
No, it wasn't. It was a mind that's got hormones missing. I feel like I've got dementia quite often. But we've read other texts, little bits, and the ones that we've done the commentaries on so far, and I literally feel like there's 95 lines of waffle and 5 lines which my brain can compute, and that makes it all clear.
Yes.
But the rest of it's like, oh, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, Claire?
Yeah.
So then I feel like I'm repeating just the real simple stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Well, the simple stuff is probably the stuff that's the important stuff, I would say.
If it explains it in a way that you can understand it, then it is important stuff, isn't it?
Each time you read these things as well, you'll see different things, which makes it even more bonkers. So
I like these bullet points are great.
Yeah, that is quite useful. Open the lips, sink the ship. Also, what you say to yourself and what you say out loud has a massive effect. You're creating literally as you speak.
I know that. But then if I don't say it out loud, then it smells around in my head instead. So say it to you instead. Got dementia.
Sometimes it's good to say it out loud because then you can hear what it sounds like. And then you can go, oh, right, okay, that's maybe not true, or that's maybe not right. So good, saying it out loud is probably good. Getting it out of your head.
And you're putting it into the ether. So you're putting it into the world. You're sending it out into the world. You're making it happen, creating it. I had
I think-
like a thing on the wall in the studio which says something like your thoughts become words, your words become actions, your actions, or something like that. I can't remember what it was. See, can't remember. But basically, it was saying, careful what you think, careful what you say, because it's going to make things happen.
I get that. I think if Brenda had been here, I feel like Brenda would have had a really eloquent way to explain what we're reading. Do you know what I mean? I think she had such a grasp of vocabulary and whatever those words are. It just makes
Maybe
it.
for English, maybe it's too hard.
Maybe I should have studied harder in English. Maybe.
So this week, choose something from the blue, put it on the Facebook, try and do some daily practice. Try and choose something from the blue, daily practice. It could be that this one, very gently, Satanama, or it could be the heart one.
I'm not sure I got that one with the. Every time you clench your jaw, you have to do the sat.
So
Yeah.
you're going up to the meridian. So that's japa. What you were doing was japa. So it should be calming your mind as you're doing it. So after
Maybe with practice that might have calmed my mind. Found that one really hard.
Which one?
The sat nam.
Right. Yeah, that's good. I think you should do that twice at least this week then.
You're probably right.
And then just carry on reading. We're aiming to see if we can get to chapter 3 within the next 3 weeks, but you know, who knows what's going to happen. And then we'll summarize. Yeah? Okay. Are you happy? Let's have a checkout. I know we're late on checkout. So what have you enjoyed this session? Oh, not enjoyed. Claire, what have you?
I have not enjoyed anything. I think it was all good. I like the reading. It's good to. I think it's good to read things out loud sometimes, because saying it out loud sometimes makes it stick in your head a bit better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And my ears are still boiling.
It's weird, though, isn't it? It's weird.
But I was super relaxed, as I said, nearly fell asleep.
And pulling them away from the body.
Why do they like doing so much stuff with the arms up? What's with the arms up all the time? It's painful.
That might be the bit I didn't enjoy after the arm workshop yesterday.
I'm thinking, there was one point and I was thinking about you and your arms. I thought, oh my
God. There was a couple of them I just had to stop. I was like, today.
Well, it also teaches you, doesn't it, to push through pain.
Yes.
It's a weird one. Kundalini teaches you to push through pain, because the longer you do it, it suddenly becomes easier to run marathons, I can imagine, if you did marathons and things like that. It just teaches you to push through pain and to get to that calming mind.
I can understand that, definitely.
Sometimes you shouldn't ignore pain, though. Sometimes it's trying to tell you something.
Well, yeah, when it's a sign to stop, but in general, it's a gentle pain.
I've got a lot of bruises on my arms. There's nothing good in those arms today. Nothing.
So, Vicky, what have you enjoyed today? What have you not enjoyed?
I like our time. I like the reading out loud. I like that it helps to process. I really like that. Yeah, that's what I like. I like our time to learn and to actually sit and just do it, even though some of it I think is completely insane.
We're pontificating, aren't we? We're just working things out. We're like little philosophers.
Yes, we are.
That's us,
yeah.
Right, let's clear the space then.
On that note, I've only got one free arm, I'm afraid.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Woo! Again. Woo! Woo! And again. Woo! Woo! Okay. All right.
Vicky, don't work too hard this week.
Yeah, don't work too hard, Vicky.
Can't be as bad as last week. It'll
Do
be
it for
fine.
us. Don't work too hard.
It's not my fault. They're changing how we're working at work, and it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
They
It's a
should
long
know, they should understand what they're putting you through, and they should
They
be more considerate.
Don't give a monkeys.
Speak your truth.
Speak it.
Ciao,
I
ciao.
know.
See you
Take
later.
care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.